Hi, this is Judge Dodell. We're doing a real series of instances involving insurance because it's a complicated subject, and I specialized in insurance, property and casualty, insurance litigation for almost 40 years, maybe more. So first thing we're going to do is talk about the effect of the most recent fires, both the Camp Fire and the fire down here in Southern California. We were evacuated for 6 days, which was not a terrific experience, but I came back home and found everything was okay and said, wow, what a blessing. So many people are saying, why do so many nice people, good people, suffer and lose their homes? We had 5 friends who lost their homes to the ground. And obviously, the response that you make to that circumstance is going to dictate what goes on in your life. You can be a victim, which of course you are. You can be angry. You could be annoyed. You could be frustrated. All of these emotions are ego-driven. And if you allow them to take over for you, it will make it much more difficult to adjust to the changes that are going to happen in your life. And it takes a great deal of stamina to overcome the anxiety of change. And so I was talking to a good friend who lost everything in the fire. Obviously, you're not going to get back the personal memorabilia unless you were able to photograph it and it serves a purpose. But if you had suits in a closet, you hadn't worn them for years, guess what? Assuming, of course, that you have insurance and it's within the policy limits. Guess what? You get to get new suits. Most of these policies are replacement. So that old suit that you haven't worn for 5 years, or that pair of shoes that used to hurt your feet, you're getting new shoes. And as far as your house is concerned, you've been talking about doing a remodel for years. You were going to change the kitchen, or you were going to do this. Guess what? You're going to be able to do it and have the insurance company pay for it, assuming, of course, that it's a legitimate claim and you have insurance coverage for it. Insurance policies are very, very confusing. They give you in one place and they take away an exclusion somewhere else. So you need somebody really competent to read the policy, to understand what the terms and conditions mean, and that you comply with your obligations. We're going to talk about various duties under the policy because they make you do certain things. And if you don't do it, or if you commit a fraud, or they think you committed a fraud, you're not going to get your claim paid. And so you really need, the guidelines I'm giving to you is to go out and find a good public insurance adjuster to help you through the preparation phase of the claim. And so if you look at it with a positive spin, yes, you're going to be inconvenienced. You do have a right under most policies, I'm not giving any legal advice, under most policies to replace. In other words, if your house burns down, you don't have to rebuild. You can replace it somewhere else. In fact, if you replace it and you get paid for the value of the replacement, should be equal in value to what you had previously, you could at some point sell it and turn it into cash. There are lots of ways that the adjusters can work with you to at least maximize the damages that you sustain. Can't replace the irreplaceable things, but they sure as hell can give you back the material things that you had before and maybe even better. If you have any questions, I'm happy to provide you with guidelines, no cost. Just get in touch with me at the email address, which is askjudgeherb@gmail.com. Or if you want to know about how insurance claims work with some degree of depth, it's in my book. I have a whole half of a chapter, maybe even more than a half of a chapter, on insurance issues, insurance claims. The book is called From the Trench to the Bench, Navigating the Legal System and Finding a Spiritual Path Along the Way, available at Amazon.com.